What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. So, another D and Duel commentary. Main reason I recorded this one is because this guy's in the 1560s, so I wanted to see what he was working with. And I'm in the 1360s, but hopefully I'll get the 1400s soon enough. Anyway, so I'm going second. I don't always want to just record duels when I'm going first and have advantage. I open with Centipede, Hornet, Called Haunted, MST, Dark Hole. Really good hand. I probably want to ideally replace that Dark Hole with a maxi, but it's still good. He only sets one, so I don't MST it, because if I MST it, then I can't use my Hornet, obviously. So, you know, my mindset is you got to prove that that's something to get rid of my my Centipede, not a Deep Prison. It is. It's a torrential. I fall into it, but I'm cool with that. You know, I set my Call to Haunted, and I'm hoping he'll commit something to his back row and that I can catch him sleeping with the Call to Haunted on the end phase. That's exactly what happens. He sets two, and I go for my Call to Haunted, obviously trying to get my Centipede. You know, he doesn't seem to have a response, so I'm thinking between the MST for, you know, maybe like a Fiendish Chain or something like that, you know, at least I should be able to get one card. I think, let's see what I draw. I draw Heavy Storm, which isn't really good, because if I Heavy Storm him, then I'm going to end up losing my Call to Haunted. But, you know, I'm going for the Hornet play. He doesn't have anything like Fiendish Chain or Abyss Spear, which I have MST for anyway. And I target his back row. Now, I can't really still put him on a deck, but I still feel like I'm in a really good position. It's Dark Smog, which thank God that I hit that card instead of the other one. So since I'm playing for Dark World, I feel like I gotta get really aggressive. Usually I would go for Insector, Swords, Excalibur in this situation to protect my Centipede, knowing that I have a pretty defensive hand, you know, Dark Hole, Torrential Tribute. But against Dark World, where they can put a bunch of cards on the field, I feel like I gotta be a little more aggressive. Now, I attack him, you know, I don't generally attack in the back rows, but it's Dark World. I'm like, you don't play D-Prison and all of that shit. And he drops Trag on me, and I'm like, what the hell? You know, I make a note to never attack certain decks open field, like Chaos Dragons and, you know, Heretics, because they play Trag indoors if I've used Hornet, but Trag in Dark World, I never saw that one coming. So he uses Tragodia's effect, ditching his brow to snatch steal my Centipede, which I'm still fine with. Now, obviously, that MST being set helped me here because I can blast away his gates. I didn't want to let him remove a card for gates, because I didn't want him to make Levier and then summon his brow and, you know, possibly like Foolish Agrafa, get the brow to the hand and just be able to do like a whole bunch of dirty shit and do a whole lot of damage in the process. So he's looking at my graveyard and I'm like, what is he doing? You know, does he have like Monster Reborn or something? And I'm thinking, you know, I sure hope not. But his field isn't, he can't do a lot of damage because Trag only has 2 cards in hand. So Trag is sitting on 1200 attack. And if he exceeds, I'm good. I can still blow it up. But Monster Reborn's my Hornet, and I'm thinking, oh great, he's gonna try and sit on a Zen main. I hate when people do that. They Monster Reborn my Hornet, and then they try and sit on Zen mains. And you know, I have a decent counterplay to Hornet being on a Zen mains, but you know, it's still not an ideal situation. So as you guys can see, he goes for exactly what I thought he would go for. He goes for the Zen mains play. So that obviously means I'm going to eat 3,900 damage. But the one good thing about this situation is he only has 2 unknown cards. And since one of them is on the field, you know, it means that he's really not getting his Dark World engine rolling. He's not drawing a bunch of cards. He hasn't played Grapha yet. He hasn't hit a Snow yet. So at least if nothing else, this should be a fairly slow game. Now, I do have a Heavy Storm and a Dark Hole to try and get rid of those materials. I'm thinking about Dark Holing him, but I think, you know, why not Heavy Storm him first? Not only can I get rid of his back row, but, you know, Call of the Haunted kills my Centipede too. And it was Starlight Rose, so thank God that I didn't play the Dark Hole first. And that was the right play too. So I Dark Hole him, and he gets rid of the Hornet, and I'm like, what? my whole game plan was to make him pop both of his materials and just end the turn. You know, obviously he would detach the Trago, and then during the end phase he would have to detach the Hornet to keep the Zen mains alive, but he just detaches the Hornet, and I'm like, dude, you knew that I searched for Dragonfly, right? And now he just when you make a mistake like that against Insectors, you pay for it dearly. You pay for it with your life, because now, you know, I just go off with Dragonfly, I get the Centipede, I'm gonna blow up his Zen mains completely, and I don't really have to even work for anything now. The Centipede is gonna get Excalibur, or his Excalibur, because, you know, he has an open field, and I'm thinking probably I'm debating on if I should attack or not because he has gores, but he just ends up scooping. So you know, I guess the moral of the story is, you know, tech is everywhere. I mean, who expects to see Tragodia in Dark World? But you know, I still try and play really conservative. And if you make a misplay like that, like detaching the Hornet against a deck like Insectors, you're gonna lose against a pretty decent player because all he had to do was just detach the Trago and then in the end phase detach the Hornet, and then I wouldn't have been able to just explode. But anyways, thank you guys for watching as always. Take care and have a nice day. Subscribing makes life happy.